We take a look at the ANC's timeline since the organization's formation in the 1940s to 50s. The ANC Youth League had gone into a decline after its president Anton Limbede's death, and from 1956 to 1960, many other leaders were implicated in the treason trial, with the Africanist faction of the ANC Youth League breaking away to form part of the Pan-African Congress, which has been a sticky or contentious point for the ANC, particularly when it comes to the criticism of the ANC having lost connection and relevance with the plight of Africans. In the 1960s, the ANC Youth League became a moribund, essentially critical to the point of almost being extinct. In 1966, the ANC Youth and Student section formed with Thabo Mbeki as a leader in Britain. And this is former President Thabo Mbeki at the time, who in 1966 had led the ANC Youth and Student section in Britain. Now let's move to the 80s, where the youth mobilization was led by the Congress of the South African Students. This was a particularly volatile time in the country, where young people had demonstrated their dissatisfaction with the affairs of the country and the fact that they remained marginalized and that the living conditions were inhumane. This is a part of the transition that was so delicate in also avoiding a potential civil war in the country. We know that this particular era was very turbulent when it comes to the violent spate of events that emerged in those days. And still in the 1980s, Oliver Tambo's name was, or rather he named the ANC Youth League as the Young Lions of the Struggle. That is where that term emerged from, that they are called the Young Lions of the Struggle. Now let's move to 1987, when the South African Youth Congress Secretary was secretly launched in Cape Town, leading up to 1991, where the ANC Youth League relaunched after the unbanning of political organizations. And in 2013, the Youth League structures were disbanded after Julius Malema's expulsion, which had created a vacuum in the league to try and redesign and re-emerge as a leader of young people, with the expulsion of Julius Malema, who then went on to form the third largest political party in South Africa. Now, still in 2019, the league was run by two different youth league task teams until 2023.